You are Locked On Texas Tech, your daily podcast on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Under the radar, too.
Gotcha. All right, thank you for that question. This one from Drew, who is asking if we could bring back one former Tech football legend to play for this year's team, who would it be? I've got an eternal answer, and I feel like it actually fits this year.
I love these questions because any given year, the answer can change based on what the team may need or what you'd like to sprinkle in a little more of. I mean, because like I guess I'll let you go first because you're saying, hey, man, it doesn't matter what year it is. This guy,
I think so, pretty much. But I actually think he slots in nicely this year. I'm going for a Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, Dwayne Slay?
Nightmare that runs through the head of Allen Everidge. Whenever something does run through the head of Allen Everidge, I'm going Dwayne Slay. Always.
I don't have a problem with that. I think
it's just so much fun, Chris.
Yeah. Well, and like if you want to play that game, and if I'm looking for, if I want to like guarantee myself, okay, like if I have a question here, any kind. Like what I can just trump it with like I can play the trump card and like say, here's the ace of spades, man. And like, I'm locking this spot up like with a guarantee, cause you can go we don't know about Caleb and Reggie. So, you could play the Crabtree card.
Thought about it.
We don't know if Barron can take you, you could play the Harrell card for this particular team. I may play like the Louis Vasquez at offensive tackle card. Like I think if you paired up somebody like Louis and and Howard and like you are cooking with gas because then you go from like, man, you could be a pretty good upgrade on the offensive line and you got that really stud left tackle, but then you could have like what Utah has. Like, okay, not only do you have an elite defensive line, you could have two of the best offensive tackles in the country or a pair of or something like that. So I thought about that. I thought about somebody like Keontae Dawson, which I think is a very versatile, like hybrid type player. I mean, you could play the Tyree Wilson card, but I if push come to shove for this particular team, I'd probably give you like a Louis Vasquez answer or LaRaven Clark. I mean, pick your
yeah. I'm surprised you didn't give me one from this category. What if since we're in the card analogy section, what if I gave you a Trey Wolf card or a Jonathan Garibay?
Yeah, I think I'd get greedy there. I'd rather just like I'm going to take my chances with the kickers. And I'll tell you too, I'm not so sure that it's not going to be a similar situation to last year where like Upton and Stone aren't like kind of both getting some kicks in these first games.
Yeah,
like last year. So but because I mean Trey was I think Trey's been in a couple of practices recently, but Trey was phenomenal one year, but then one year he was not. So maybe I have that in the back of my
lost the job and then came back to the legend
and then won it and it was phenomenal. Yeah, and he's just great guy. But I think I'd go with the elite big person. And like it's not a knock on Zambrano or Ponton or any options you have right now. I just would say, you know what, I'm going to end any speculation. I'm bringing back one of the all-time greats. He played in a lot of Super Bowls. He's a grown man. He's no drama. I saw Louis in a Dick's Sporting Goods in San Antonio about 2 years ago, and he's got some ink, and he I mean, I was like, man, can I just like put you in the back of my car and drive you back up to Lubbock and we talk to a counselor and figure out some more eligibility stuff? I know you already got the NFL all these years in you, but I'd like a rerun this deal.
Sure. Anybody out there that maybe is
interested? Yes. I liked your answer though too. I like the Slay one. And what's interesting is like I think Wisniewski is very similar to Slay. I think if you ask a lot of these players, they'll tell you that Wisniewski is one of the hardest hitters on the teams. I mean, or on the team. He's built like Dwayne was in that he's much bigger than you. And he's 6'4", 220. I mean, there's guys that have played tight end or edge rusher. This is a safety for you. But it's hard to turn away, one of the, defensive player of the year type guys.
Just easily on the short list of most fun I've had watching a Red Raider.
Oh yeah, ever. Just destroy people. Yeah, just destroy people.
Something you're going to see something you probably hadn't quite seen before. Every time he was on the field, I still remember the Cotton Bowl. He sent the guy from Alabama to the wrong sideline.
Yeah,
that was kind of an overlooked collision, I think, because of so many other reasons. But sent a guy to the wrong sideline at one point. So it was just week after week after week after week. You guys let us know in the YouTube comments or fire us a text if you're in the mob and let us know what your answer would be.
You know who else would be really good? And because I think that you would pair this particular player with like a Wisniewski or a Slay. But like, speaking of the guy coaching corners right now, I mean, you could do a lot worse than bringing Darcel McBath back to the secondary in his prime. That was a damn good football player there. So that would be one less question on the back end of your secondary that you would bring back an NFL player without a doubt.
Let me give you another name I'll just take every year for eternity, I guess. And maybe he fits in trying to add some security to a receiving core, but it's also just the perfect segue to our next question.